I'm drinking coffee, and I'm contemplating whether or not I will eat a granola bar, which is not raw. I think it has some honey in it, so it's not technically vegan either, but it just has like almonds and cranberries. But anyway, I don't want to digress too much because I really have a point that I want to make with this video. So I don't know where exactly I want to start, but I guess I'll start with that which brought about this thought that made me want to make this particular video. And it has to do with this part of my arm, right here. So this morning, I had to take my dog Zeke to the vet, and I hate how I say all the time. Whenever I go back and watch these videos, I'm always going so I don't know, I hate it. Anyway, I took my dog Zeke to the vet this morning, and when I got home, I was opening up the car door, Zeke jumped out, and I'm like, oh, and it happened again. It was like this tingling was right here, just this little area right here. And now it's like the whole day it's been numb and tingling. Whenever I do this, ow, that hurts. It like, there's like this tingling sharp pain right here, just right this little area. The only thing I could think of is that a couple weeks ago, I was walking up the short flight of stairs from where my band practices up into my main room, and I fell. I mean, I fall a lot. I'm a very, very uncoordinated, clumsy person. I fell, and I banged my wrist against the banister, and I had this huge bruise for like 2 or 3 days. And then the bruise went away, and nothing happened. And now, right here in that area where the bruise was, it's going numb, and when I stretch it in a certain way, it's like tingling. And so I did what I normally do, like when I was in medical school and I thought I had every disease that I had studied. I went online and, I was looking at like all the possible reasons why I would have this numbing pain, this tingling pain in this little area. And, it ran the gamut of a pinched nerve. I looked at the dermatomes, and, it's like C5, C6, and I'm feeling my neck in that area. Do I have a bulging disc? I probably do because I was in a lot of gymnastics injuries. That's a whole nother story. And, it could be a heart attack. I mean, there was like all of these different reasons why I would have numbness right here. Actually, heart attack, I think more common in males, is on the medial side, the ulnar side of the wrist. Mine's more on the radial side, but anywho. So this is all going through my head. And to make a long story short, I had an epiphany. And it wasn't really an epiphany, it was just kind of a bring together of what I know to be true of health. And it's this. Diseases are fake. There are no diseases. There are no diseases. Man has come up with names for different ailments, different things that humans and animals and whatever, different things that life suffers from. Call it heart disease, call it cancer, call it inflammation, call it an infection. It doesn't matter what it is. Call it numbness, call it pain. It's all one thing. There's just one thing. And this comes from my study of natural hygiene, which I will be a hygienic physician. Not many people know what that is, and not many people care. But maybe one day you will care, because I might be able to help you, but that's a whole nother story. So, it came from my study of natural hygiene, and that is the one ailment that all people suffer from is toxemia. That means that something in your body is toxic, whether it's something you ingested or something that you did not eliminate. Something inside of you is going wrong. Now, it could be something that was forced upon you. Maybe you were in an accident and a bone broke. Like, for instance, this is most likely due to the fall that I had a couple of weeks ago. And for whatever reason, I did something. Maybe, one of my dogs jumped on me the wrong way. Maybe when Zeke was jumping out of the car, he pushed on my forearm, and I don't know, it led to numbness. I'm not going to worry about this, though. And I'm not going to go to my doctor about it. I just think that my body will heal itself. And it's so interesting. I mean, I think that life, everything you do, everything you experience is a guide. And if you don't look at it like that, then you're missing out. I mean, everything, whether you think of it as good or bad, it's guiding you to what your true potential is. And looking back onto my life, I see that to be true. And my vegan almond milk mocha, which is not good. I shouldn't be drinking this, but I was at a concert tonight, and I came home, and I'm enervated, and I just wanted to do something. Anyway, gosh, I digress so much. So, I don't want to make this video incredibly long, but everything in your life is guiding you towards something. And my biggest, I think, well, I guess looking back upon my own life, fear was a constant in my life. In fact, fear of being alone, fear of the unknown, it was there with me always. You know, I think back to when I was a child, and I don't want to get into too much psychoanalysis of what I do and how I am and what influences played a role in who I am, but I mean, I knew, like, as a child that my mom really wanted me to be a doctor, so I thought, oh, being a doctor would be something great. I want to be a physician to make my mom happy, to make her love me, and I thought that's what I needed to do. And that was from when I was really young. And then I remember when I was like 9 or 10, I got pneumonia, and it really scared me because I couldn't breathe. I remember being really afraid and putting all of my faith in physicians and doctors. And I remember them giving me drugs, and I didn't like the drugs, and my illness lasted for several months. I remember the whole summer of when I was like 9 years old, not being able to go out and play because I was sick with pneumonia. And then a couple of years after that, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. And I remember my doctor, the pediatrician, giving my mom like three different dosages of Synthroid. And the doctor told my mother, this is going to make my mom sound really bad. My mom is a wonderful, loving, beautiful woman, and she's a great mom, but, you know, I guess she had a lot of stress in her life, and she wasn't listening to the doctor, and I was. But I remember the pediatrician told my mom, you know, start out with the first week, give her this dose, and then go to the next level and the next level. And they were, like, incrementally higher doses. And, doses? I don't know what I just said. And I remember my mom gave me all three, and she's like, take one of each right now. And I'm like, no, I think I'm supposed to start with the low one and then move up. And my mom said I had to take all of them, and then I threw up and I got sick. And that's what drugs did to me. And I'm still on those drugs, by the way. I still have hypothyroidism. And one thing I would love to do is get off that medicine. I would love my thyroid gland to work again. And I'm working on that. But to make a long story short, which I'm already 8 minutes into this freaking video, I don't think, well, I think that medicine does more harm than good. There, I said it. And I think that many diseases that we suffer from today could have been prevented in the first place. But if you have a disease, I believe there is a better way to reverse it than following the quick fix that allopathic medicine is forcing upon us. And I think that allopathic medicine and the AMA, they're designed to create this fear. I mean, you know, you can go online, you can go to WebMD, you can go to whatever, symptom checker, and you can figure out what you're suffering from. I mean, obviously, just clicking on, okay, I've got pain in my left arm, I've got stomach pain, you know, I've got cramps, whatever. And you can come up with your own diagnosis and then go to your doctor and they'll come up with a diagnosis and they'll throw some drugs at you. And as long as they're treating you and you can't sue them, everybody's happy, right? Although you're going to be suffering with whatever you have if you don't do anything about it. And that's what I want to talk about, because I believe that you can do something about it. First of all, screw WebMD. Screw them. Because it doesn't matter what you're suffering from. What you need to do is you need to return to nature, and you need to give your body a chance to heal itself. Because no doctor, no drug, nothing can heal you except your own body. And your body is wonderful. It is so beautiful. It is constantly wanting to rejuvenate itself. It's constantly trying to get rid of the old and bring in the new. Mitosis is occurring constantly in your cells, and it's replacing diseased and damaged tissues. You have phagocytic cells that travel throughout your body, scavenging and killing the pathogens and debris that shouldn't be there. Your body is constantly trying to get rid of stuff. You know, when you're coughing, you're trying to get rid of toxic residue that is in your respiratory tract. When you're going to the bathroom, you're getting rid of that which should not be there. So let these natural processes take place and encourage them. Let your body heal. Now, there are things you can do to help your body do what it needs to do, and that is giving your body the fuel that it needs. And one of the most perfect fuels that you can give your body is fruit. Just live on fruit for a while. And you need greens too, because greens have amazing minerals. Fruits have the vitamins, greens have the minerals. And what you can do to heal anything, is just eat fruit and greens. One thing that I think I'm going to create is a fruit smoothie green juice detox system. And I know that I had been a big proponent of green smoothies, but I think for some people green smoothies might be too much, because you're mixing fruit and green together. And for some people, that's great. But for other people, greens and fruits might be too much for the digestive system to handle. And even the roughage in greens can be very hard for some people. Fruits, though, are easy to digest. That's my puppies. Fruits are very easy to digest. And they're full of the fruit sugar that your cells need for cellular respiration. So I think one way to heal is to first get rid of crap that you shouldn't be eating. I know that I've had people tell me, because I really do, I want to do health coaching. I want to help people heal. I want to be an inspiration to other people. And I had someone tell me once, you know, you should just tell people to add more healthy stuff to their diet, but not change anything. No, you have to change something. You have to get rid of the crap. You have to get rid of the coffee that I'm drinking right now. Get rid of it. It's not good for you. You have to get rid of the alcohol. You have to get rid of the processed food. You have to get rid of the meat and dairy, okay? And just get rid of it. I mean, it's unethical. You shouldn't be eating that crap anyway while animals are suffering. And I don't want to get into my whole vegan animal rights thing, even though it's incredibly important. I'm talking about your health. Do not let fear tell you that you are going to be destined to a life of misery. There is hope for you. And unless you are on your deathbed, which many of you are not, if you have a computer and you're able to sit upright and watch this video, you are healthy enough to change your life, and you are healthy enough to reverse disease. It doesn't matter what you're suffering from. It doesn't matter what the name is. Call it whatever you want. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, Crohn's disease, lupus, whatever. It doesn't matter, okay? You can reverse it. Let your body do the work. Your body wants to heal. It really does. Don't let any doctor ever tell you that you are destined to a lifetime of misery and suffering. Don't do it. Heal yourself. Let your soul shine through. And don't let yourself be defined by a disease. Screw it. Erase it. take a piece of paper and that says I have this disorder, I have this disease, and tear it. Rip it up and say I have nothing. The only thing I am is me. I am God. You are God. I am God. We are all God because God is life. My dogs, each of them, are God because God is the life that runs through everything. It is the space between the subatomic particles of every atom. It's what gives you your animation. It's you. And just let that life force. Let God. Dogs. I don't know what they're barking at, but let it come through, and you will be forever grateful. Thank you.
Make up your mind.